What is going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back again for another video for you guys. And we were on live stream before, but just as we finished the live stream, some big breaking news: Tottenham confirming their squad for the Hong Kong and Korea tours in the next 10 days or so, and quite a few interesting selections and unselections for the tour, which we're going to go through now. The confirmed tour, I'm just going to read out the squad for the tour upcoming for the games in Hong Kong and Korea. We got George Abbott, Brandon Austin, Rodrigo Bentancur, Lucas Bergvall, Yves Bissouma, Junai Byfield, very interesting 16-year-old, Kevin Danso, Ben Davis, Jamie Donnelly, Archie Gray, Luca Gunter, Brennan Johnson, Antonin Kinski, Mohamed Kudus, Will Lancashire, James Maddison makes the trip, Wilson Odebear, Pedro Porro, Richarlison, Cuti Romero, Pap Matassar, Dominic Solanke, Son Heung-min, Jed Spence, Matisse Tell, Mickey van der Ven, Guillermo Vicario, Luka Vuskovic, and Yang Min Hyuk. So that is the full squad. Now, there are some notable absentees. Destiny Udogie is missing the trip due to injury. He is not going to be on the trip, unfortunately. That is a massive blow, considering he was in the starting 11 for the Luton game and only didn't make it because he tweaked something in the warm-up, and now he's going to be missing the whole Asia trip. So that is a massive blow. Following on from last summer, he got an injury in pre-season as well, so it could potentially be 2 pre-seasons now for Udogie, which he's missing significant time. So that is really, really bad news. Kota Takai, he is not on the trip as well, due, I think he picked up some sort of injury in training as well, so he's not going to be available, which is a massive shame considering new signing. We haven't seen him at all in a Spurs shirt ever since signing for $5 million from Kawasaki, so would really have liked to have seen him. I was expecting to see him on the trip, but he's not going to be available. Manor Solomon, his injury is going to keep him out of the trip as well. Obviously, a lot of people speculate, is he being kept behind to look for a move, because is there much of a future here for Tottenham? But they're saying it's an injury. They're going to be kept back alongside Radu Dragushin, Dejan Kulusevski and Brian Hill will also be receiving treatment and their long-term injuries as well. So they're not going to be on the tour. Interestingly enough, Mikey Moore, Alfie Devine and Dane Scarlett have been granted permission to travel in order to explore potential opportunities for loan moves. So Mikey Moore, a lot of news surrounding his future over the last few days about a potential loan move. Obviously, he started the game against Luton in the number 10 position, didn't have a particularly impressive game, was probably not that involved in an unfamiliar role. So the truth about him looking for a loan move does seem to have legs, and he has been kept behind. Obviously, Alfie Devine, we've heard about a potential permanent transfer to Millwall. And Dane Scarlett, there was rumours potentially Tottenham were looking to keep one of Scarlett or Lancashire around. And it looks like maybe they've sided with Lancashire. Obviously, he scored against Reading in the friendly about a week ago. And looks like Dane Scarlett, have we seen the last of him at Tottenham in a Tottenham shirt? Could he potentially go permanently somewhere? We'll have to obviously wait and see on that one. But Dane Scarlett is not going to be part of the travelling squad as well. But yeah, most interestingly, Mikey Moore, a lot of people saying, he needs a loan move, he needs some game time. A lot of people are still very excited about him. But yeah, him not being on the tour. So, well, interesting enough, George Abbott, he signed a new deal and is on the tour. Impressed against Wickham in that game in a behind closed doors friendly in the 2-2 draw. Spurs looking for a number 6, looking for a defensive midfielder. George Abbott now signing that contract and now being taken on the tour. Is that a view of him getting more, putting himself in the shop window and getting a move somewhere, maybe to a Championship team or a League One team? But you would have thought the loan move itself in Notts County last season would have been enough for that. So is he going on the tour with potentially a view of keeping him around? Jamie Donnelly, Will Lancashire, Luka Vuskovic, they're all coming on the tour. They haven't been given special dispensation to be kept behind, to stay behind and look for a move. So does that mean these guys are going to be potentially staying with a view of being around the first team next season? Does Frank want to take another look at them? I think it's quite telling that Moore, Devine and Scarlett are staying behind, but the likes of Donnelly, Will Lancashire and Luka Vuskovic are not staying behind. Is that because with our club trained issues, maybe we could really use these players in next season in potentially in Premier League and Champions League. Is Frank been really impressed with them? Really, really interesting. Yang Min Hyuk as well coming on the tour. So looks like, I think maybe for him, potentially he's coming more to put himself on the shop window rather than to be part of the first team. I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's shown anything close at the moment to be Premier League standard. Whereas I think with Vuskovic, Donnelly, and potentially Lancashire as well, I think they've been impressive. And I think maybe Frank is looking at them thinking, these guys could be useful to me and I want to develop them, I want to keep them around. So we're only going to have one natural recognised left back on the tour. That's Ben Davis, which is not great. Obviously Spence can play there, but it looks like we're going to be seeing Ben Davis at left back a lot more during this tour. Is that a view of him sticking around as well? A lot of rumours about his future, but he's the only recognised left back on the tour that's going to be there. Other notable ones, I think everyone else pretty much expected. Obviously, James Maddison hasn't been part of any squad so far in pre-season, but we saw he was back in training, so brilliant that he's on the tour and really excited to see him. But obviously, Junai Byfield, the 16-year-old, made his debut against Luton for 20 minutes on the weekend in the 0-0 draw. I thought he stepped in so admirably. He actually only made his debut for the under-21 to midweek against Leyton Orient, and he's now gone on to make his first team debut. I guess not professional debut as it was only in a pre-season, but he's gone on to make his first appearance for the first team only a few days later. Really impressed with his cameo against Luton. Only 16 years of age, but really plays like a defender beyond his years. A lot of excitement about Junai Byfield, and clearly Frank feels the same because he is bringing him on the tour and wants to take a closer look at the 16-year-old. So that is fantastic news for him. Congratulations to Junai, because that is seriously impressive that Frank feels the need to want to bring him along. And obviously you've got Vuskovic, who's 18 himself, and he's been really impressive. So it's going to be really interesting to see how much game time he gets and what kind of Frank wants to do with him in the future, and what the thought process is about bringing him. Is it about potentially getting him a loan move? Do we think he's ahead of the game potentially? Are people getting really excited about him? So Junai Byfield being part of the team is really, really exciting. Obviously, we've got games against Arsenal and Newcastle out in Hong Kong and South Korea to look forward to. And with this squad, I think this is quite telling about where Frank's head's at in terms of the squad for next season, where he's looking, who he's considering in terms of the youngsters. I think this is brilliant news for Donnelly, Lancashire, and Junai Byfield, Yang Min Hyuk, and Vuskovic. I think, and it's really great news for them. And Gunter as well. Gunter being part of the squad. All great news for all those youngsters, because he's already shown that if you're going to look for a move, he's going to give you permission to do that. So looks like we've made our decision with Moore, Devine, and Scala. It looks like that decision will be made. But when it comes to the other youngsters who are coming on the tour, it looks like that decision hasn't been made yet, and they could definitely get themselves in Frank's plans for next season. So really, really interesting news. Obviously gutting about a dog in the injury. Let's hope it's not too serious, but it's clearly serious enough to leave him out the tour. Let's hope he's okay. But look, that is the tour. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on the confirmed squad. What do you think it means for the likes of Donnelly, Lancashire, and Vuskovic that they are coming on the tour? Does it mean they're going to be part of the first team? Is there more to the Solomon being left out? And how bad is that a dog injury? Let me know in the comment section below what you learned from the squad selection. We'll see you all. I'm off to Hong Kong. The next time you see me, I'm going to be in Hong Kong at open training. So really, really looking forward to that. Going to Hong Kong for 3 days, then off to South Korea for 4 days in Seoul. Super, super excited. Shame Ben can't come with me, but I'm going to be super excited to share that experience with you guys. And look, we'll see you very soon. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.